younger self proud, what would you do?
Hi, my name is Nathalie Ruby and I've always wanted to travel the world, but I never thought I would be able to do that. Going abroad seemed like a far-fetched idea. It genuinely seems impossible.
Until this year, when a small window of opportunity presented itself to study in Verona, Italy, I said yes.
My last few days in Las Vegas went by incredibly fast. For me, one of the hardest goodbyes was actually my dog, Hari. I remember just constantly being worried about the negative what-ifs of study abroad because I was going to be gone from my dog for this long. I have a very special bond with my dog because wherever I am, he is always behind me. So when I was finishing the final task of preparing what I needed to bring, like my packing situation, which was absolutely stressful, he was just there behind me, supporting me. I remember struggling to pack what I wanted to bring during the week before I was supposed to leave. Every single day, I was constantly packing and unpacking checked-in luggage just to see if I could fit everything I wanted. Honestly, for me, I am an overpacker by nature because I believe it's better to be overprepared than underprepared. One of my last meals in America was actually a Keniac combo from Raising Cane's with my boyfriend. And honestly, I needed that because I was gonna miss Raising Cane's, period. For me, travel days are the most stressful and exciting days of my life. I didn't include any videos of me saying goodbye to my parents because that was just so emotional and I was just crying the entire time. I'd never been to Europe before, so the fact that I was going to be studying and living abroad and experiencing my very first eurosummer, I was just very excited. My travel day consisted of 3 flights: Las Vegas to LAX, LAX to Frankfurt, and finally Frankfurt to Verona. During the transatlantic leg of my trip, I was flying Lufthansa Airlines, and I was seated next to a French lady who I actually got to converse with because I studied French for a couple of years. I remember talking to her about my life, my dreams, and fears, and vice versa. And before landing, she actually told me that I was very brave and that she hoped Italy was kind to me. And I will never forget those moments of interaction and human connection. And that's what I love the most about traveling. But upon arriving in Frankfurt, this is when everything sort of fell apart. Our flight was delayed and everyone was less than 30 minutes to get to their connecting flights. And me and 3 of my classmates from the program had to race across the airport and plead with people to let us skip the customs line so that we could get through to our Air Dolomiti flight. When I actually got to my seat, I started tearing up because I was so overwhelmed at this point and started questioning everything. Why did I think I could do this? Are my bags even going to make it on this flight? And my family should be here with me now. I was so exhausted after nearly being awake for 24 hours with no proper rest, and I just could not believe that I already felt like giving up before everything even started. But you know what? Everything happens for a reason, and Verona welcomed me with a very warm hug. This is the apartment that I was going to be staying at for the entire summer. I love the minimalistic and modern furniture that it had. It was very comfortable. The name of this hotel was Residenze Adige, and it was roughly a 25-minute walk from the downtown area of Verona. Just the best staff and the best comfortable place ever. During my first few days in Verona, it was such a dream. Settling in was seamless. I was meeting new people and taking in how beautiful everything was. There was something so charming and unique about this city that I could not help but fall in love with it so quickly. I mean, who was I kidding? This is the city of love for a reason.
To replace it like that got
This is like orange juice.
Is it really?
I love it. Oh my god. I was just trying to take in all of the beautiful and unique spots that Verona had to offer. This is Arena di Verona, and it is actually older than the Colosseum in Rome. It was so surreal finally walking the Veronese cobblestones after months of preparing myself as to how it would look like, how it would feel like, what would it smell like. And this area was just so beautiful, and I kept pinching myself because I did not think that this was real. During this first weekend, I was just taking in everything as much as I could, being present in the moment, and experiencing the new joys of life that study abroad would bring me. For example, during my first weekend, I was grocery shopping for the first time, and I did it with my friend Hannah and Lauren. This was such a fun experience, just figuring out what translated to what in English. And I got just a few essential items, but I was surprised nonetheless when I saw that the total was actually affordable. It turned out to cost around 35 euros.
You can hear the birds in the background and it sounds so beautiful. Right now in northern Italy, it is still kind of chilly, even though it's about to be June. However, with like recent thunderstorms in the area, it's pretty cold, humid still, and I really love that weather. Kind of reminds me of Twilight, but the birds in the background sound heavenly, and I'm just so grateful to be here. Let's make some food. And I just realized I did not buy salt or pepper. Hurry! 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 Hurry, boy! Hurry, boy! Hurry, boy, baby!
Oftentimes, traveling is not pretty, nor is it perfect. The things that we want out of life are on the other side of our comfort zone, and in order to push for personal growth, it requires the bad and the good days. And like any other human being on this earth, you'll see me struggle to balance that during this series.
Like, can you not hear the birds chirping? This is the scenery I woke up to, and luckily it's still partly cloudy, the sun is coming out, and it's just a beautiful, lovely day. I think the highest temperature today is 72. I'm still low-key sweating a lot because I'm not really used to humidity, even though I'm Filipino, but I've never been used to cold humidity because in Vegas it's so dry because of the desert climate. But yeah, we're gonna have lunch in my apartment and we'll be going out later to explore downtown. My biggest mantra during this entire trip was do it scared, do it alone, and do it anyway. Tomorrow is never promised and everything can change overnight. Now more than ever, it is so important to try and live your life. Breathe life, breathe action, and breathe purpose into your dreams because it was planted in your heart for a reason. If the creator of this entire earth could still take the time to guide you towards your destiny, what is truly stopping you? After all, life is too short not to go after your dreams.
Thank you for watching the very first video of this new series, and I can't wait to send you the next postcard. Ciao, ciao!